it is often some of the most stressful times in our lives. And because of the levels of stress, which are for a number of reasons, we often need to figure out how it is that we're going to cope with it all.
Let's celebrate this time of the year, for joyous Kwanzaa is now here. Reflect on the past, let our family moments last, with home-cooked meals and gifts that will unmask. Have a joyous time from Kwanzaa, from our Kinara to yours.
Hello, Wagwan, pick up yourself whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Now on today's episode, we're going to have a quick look at just talking about how we get through the holidays each time around when we have the holiday season. You know, the holidays are meant to be times where people are celebrating the festiveness of it all and just celebrating family, celebrating the progress we've made, celebrating the journeys we've traveled, sharing our experiences and just celebrating each other and remembering times that we have forged through and have been triumphant with, and just reflecting on how we've come so far and how we're going to move forwards. And so when we come up to the holiday period, although that's what it meant to be, it is often some of the most stressful times in our lives. And because of the levels of stress, which are for a number of reasons, we often need to figure out how it is that we're going to cope with it all. So some of the reasons it's so stressful has to do with the expectations that people have that whether we know them or not, and whether or not we're going to be able to meet those expectations. We also get stressed over the holiday period because we're thinking about things like the lack of time that we have to be able to go and visit everybody, to be able to spend time with each other, to be able to do all the things that are being demanded of us and that's expected as well, and just to try and make sure that we are getting all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted during the holiday season, and it can be a bit stressful for people. Some of the other stressors in the holiday tends to be things like the financial demands on people, the financial pressures, so the things that you need to buy, the things that you need to afford, and the commercializations of holidays really can put a lot of stress on people because people are living on tight budgets and they still need to make do to fit all of these different things in, and it can be a bit costly and taxing on individuals. Some of the other things that add to the stress are things like the gift giving and being able to know whether or not the gift you're going to get for somebody is what they want. They're going to be happy, grateful and appreciative of what you're able to get them. The cost of getting those things, the time it takes to get those things, and all of the other intricacies that goes behind the gift giving. The other thing that a lot of times come up as something that's very stressful in the holiday period also is one of the things that many people look forward to in the holidays, unfortunately, comes up to be one of the things that's rather stressful, and that's the family gathering. When you go and meet and you need to talk about, catch up with people who you get on well with, people who you don't get on very well with, people who you've had experiences where you've disappointed each other in the past, or you're dissatisfied with some of the things they do, the things they believe, the way they operate, and you're needing to be in a gathering for a day or more, celebrating and enjoying their company. And it's inevitable that at some point somebody is going to step on somebody's toe, and it can become, a bit of a tension and a stress for individuals who are looking to have nice relaxing holiday period, especially time spent with family. And so we look for opportunities for how we can cope, because disagreements comes up in so many different forms. They come up in just sharing your beliefs, your opinions, your views, your perspective and your experience. And sometimes people might have differing views, different experiences to yours, and so those differences sometimes create such a problem within collective groups, when actually we know from civilization past that differences are a unique and quality thing that is celebrated because it adds so much to the plethora of experiences that we can have, the insights that we can gain, and understanding to be had from person to person, and it helps to make this beautiful mural of experience and insight amongst people. However, people do find that when they have differing opinions, there are ways in which they cope or different experiences. The ways in which they cope is often not understanding and recognizing that this is somebody's experience. It's often a different coping mechanism, because the English language that we use and human nature is to generalize things, because of course the perspective we each have is our own perspective, and people have to work and make effort to actually see other perspectives and see that, you know, other people's view might be different to theirs, but it doesn't make it any less important and significant. There are positive and negative coping mechanisms, and hopefully in this holiday period you can find some positive ones to be able to enjoy the best of being around your family and friends as you're celebrating. So sometimes things will be said, pause to remember they're talking about their experience or their perspective, and it's okay for them to have a different one to you. It's okay to showcase understanding. Another one that you could use is to just pause and think, is it really worth saying what you're going to say? And if it is worth saying, is there a kind way in which you can actually deliver it? A third one is walk away. Walk away, go into another room, go somewhere else, just walk out that person that is causing you aggravation and frustration, and just recompose yourself before you re-engage with the discussion. And fourthly, try and change the subject. Talk about something else, something that you both agree on and can celebrate together, and see how that makes a difference. Now find ways in which we can actually cope. Some nice deep breaths are also quite helpful and beneficial. So give yourself that 30 seconds of breathing time to just purge it out of your system, by recognizing that sometimes when people are saying things, it's not necessarily what they're saying directed at us, and sometimes we overthink what they're saying and as such respond in that way. So just give ourselves that time to remind ourselves that that might not be the way that we are interpreting it. And this brings me to the experience idea brings me to a video that I was watching with this young lady who has left Jamaica and gone to Canada to study. And she was highlighting a few of her experiences and some of the challenges that she's finding with Canada, and, you know, giving people forewarning and advice as to considering really if they want to come to Canada, because this is the experience. She was sold this brilliant dream and idea of going there to study and an awesome course that she's going to undertake, only to go there and find that the course she's going on isn't really what she had believed that it was going to be. And several people across the world have mentioned getting acceptance letters, going to Canada on a course that they felt that that's what they were going to do, only to go there and recognize that they're being put on a different course, which extends the amount of time they're going to have to spend to study, which increase their costs. Some people decide, I'm going to stay and stick it out. Some people decide they're going to go home, because after all, it's a lot of money that's being invested just to go there. And so, you know, it depends on people's circumstance whether or not they can say, okay, I'm going to leave and go off to somewhere else and do my studies there. And so she's highlighting the challenges that she's facing. She's talking about the employment. She's talking about things like the cost of living, which other people who have considered or call themselves Canadian, who have helped to forge the current Canada that currently exists, and they are also saying similar things on there. And I remember back in the early 2000s when the teacher demand in the UK was high, and teachers from Jamaica were going there, and they were being classed as unqualified teachers. You know, I remember when I was doing my education degree, I remember going to university with teachers who are coming from Jamaica who are qualified in their country, and when they came there, they were unqualified, had to go back and study and get themselves up to par, and they were doing the same workload as normal qualified British teachers, and also at the same time they were even considerably doing more, because they had to be adjusting to a new environment, new way of doing things, new work ethics, new work norms, and adjusting to a new society and everything else, and all of those stresses. And at the same time they were being paid as unqualified teachers because of it. And I hear people talk about it when they go to America and they have to requalify for different things, and the courses they do still don't give them the opportunity in the job market that they want. So these are some people's experience. However, the thing that I found a little bit, it took me aback a little bit when I looked at the comments and see the things that people were saying, you know, and the way in which people were going for her in the comment section. And I really had to stop to think, do people recognize that she's actually talking about her experience and she's sharing it here as a tool to give other people awareness of the things that she's experiencing in Canada, so they can take that on board before they make the decision to go there. And so sometimes I look at it and I think, are people unaware of these things that other people who live in the same country are talking about, and unaware that these are other people's experiences, even if it isn't theirs? And as such, they display this defensive mechanism of being defensive about what other people have said, you know, and of course, as a result, the responses that we get, and I wonder also if it's also a bit of a cognitive dissonance, because they believe the dream, the vision that was given to them, and they go there and they're having to work tirelessly to be able to achieve it, and then somebody else is alarmingly saying the same thing, which is ringing bells in their ears about it, and these two ideas are fighting for existence in their minds. And because they've heard the one about the drive, the ambition, the aspirations, and the goodness about it, sometimes people go into Stockholm syndrome mode as their means to cope, because they start to believe these things that were said, even though that probably isn't really what they're experiencing. It's not to say that people who go abroad don't have success, but it's varying levels of success, and we know that ceilings are there in every sphere that people migrate to, and sometimes some people find that their ceilings are rather low. In this lady's case, hers was the fact that the course that she was told that she was going to get on when she got there, she wasn't getting on that, and she was having to do something else, and she spent a lot of money to go there as an international student, and we know that international student fees are rather expensive wherever we go. And so sometimes I urge people to recognize that everybody's experience of foreign countries are not the same. There are very different experiences of people from lots of different parts of the world going to different countries and having a plethora of different experiences, some good, some not so good, some absolutely terrible, and in between, because it's a spectrum, it's a range of experiences. It's the same as people saying different things about Jamaica. It's a range of experiences in Jamaica that you can have. Living in Jamaica, some of the experiences that I hear from people, and I like to hear these experiences because they give me a new perspective on things, because some of these experiences are far removed from the experiences that we are having. Unless we know about these experiences and try to understand them, we really won't understand what the whole society's experiences are, and it gives us a room to be empathetic to other people based on their situation that they're going through. It's Kwanzaa Eve and we are prepping, so we've already gone out earlier in the week, well, a couple days ago, and we went to the supermarket and did our shopping. And we're out today on our mission, and we're almost finished and heading home. It's almost dusk.
And there's the box.
And we have our shopping in the back. So we have a taxi, a shared taxi, and he's carrying two of us with our shopping. So we're waiting for the other person to be collected. Faster! And came home with our things that we're going to be needing, and at the moment we're just going through and doing some of our preps. And so we've got a series of things that we're going to be making, and we'll take you along with us on this journey of preparation as we go through making the different things. So we've got some peas cooking in there. We've got some chicken here that we're going to season up nicely for frying. We've got some here that we're going to be baking, and we also have some still that we are washing currently, because these are washed already. And we've got some that we are prepping because we're going to do a nice curry. So this time we're making mainly chicken as our protein. And so we've got some other things that we're working through. We're going to be doing jollof rice. We're going to be doing plain rice, rice and peas, and we're also going to be doing an African pilau rice as well. And so we will take you along with the different things that's going to come together for the main meal of our Kwanzaa meals throughout the Kwanzaa period, and the breakfast too when we make those. So curry is over here, curry chicken finished. Water ready to put rice into the peas. chicken is frying here, and we have another batch of chicken that's in the oven that's finished. So most of the meat are prepped, and we're just now going to be prepping for our different rices. So the curry chicken finish, Madam Eliona is packing them away, containering them out, so we have them for each of the time we're going to be using them. So how are you feeling about Kwanzaa preparation so far?
I'm excited. It's a bit hectic, but I'm excited.
Well, think about it this way. I do agree that it's a bit hectic, but think about it this way. We do all of this today, and then for the next few days, we just pick out one container, decide what we are heat up, and just need to think about making salad. And we still have to make breakfast tomorrow morning. But once we make breakfast, then
Do you think this is enough?
we'll be fine.
Or too much?
I think that's fine for one container. That's the stock for the jollof rice going. I've got the rice just going to wash and then put it in. This is the bulgur and rice and peas, bulgur and peas going here. And so I'm just leaving that to cook down properly. So I'm finished with my prep. So I've done all the meat that we're going to prep for now, except the breakfast things. And I've done 2 of the rice. I've done rice and jollof rice and bulgur and peas. And Eliona, which ones are you doing?
I'm doing pilau rice, plain rice.
Can I see what that looks like? Then what did you make so far?
So I have the callaloo, but I still need to put something in there.
Okay, so that's the callaloo you're working on. And then what's this?
My plain rice. Well, it doesn't look plain, but it tastes okay.
Okay, so what are the other things you're making?
Eggnog. So I'm going to make my eggnog while I leave this to sit.
Okay, and then once that's done, that's it for today.
Yeah, and all I need to do is I pack out in the containers. I have 15 containers to pack out.
Oh gosh, I appreciate the help with the packing out so much as well, because I was just like, that's one more sitting for do. But it works out fair because I do the washing up and you do the packing out. So
but I still wash the containers.
Yes, you did have to wash the containers because yeah. So are you excited?
I am excited to open my present. That's the most thing I'm excited about, presents.
Okay, I'm excited about the activities we're going to do.
I'm making eggless, alcohol-free, hopefully, eggnog. So the first thing I do is ice cream. And I put 2 scoops, or 1.5. This is really melted. Yeah. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of milk. I don't normally measure, I just will. That's just me. And I think about a 1/4 cup should be okay. And then I just broke my nail. And then I gotta open this. And then you just chop off the top. And then you get some nutmeg. You need lots. Nutmeg makes the eggnog. You don't need that much cinnamon, but I'm putting it in there anyways. And then some vanilla. And I normally just pour a lid.
That's probably about the same as a tablespoon.
Okay. And then I just put a little bit of condensed milk. If it wants to come out, okay. Then I'm going to blend it and come back. So people normally use rum and raisin ice cream to make it, but I'd like to stay sober this Kwanzaa. Anyway, so I use vanilla. So I'm just going to pour it into this serving jug. There should be enough for the 2 of us.
And I also have some carrot and pumpkin punch that I made. So I can have that as my beverage one of the day when you are having something else.
What I have left to pack, so I've already packed the burger and the peas, the plain rice, all the meats, the callaloo, the gravy, and then I made this filler rice. The camera is not doing it justice. Looks better on camera, in person. Anyways, so then my mom's jollof rice.
That is still hot, that pot, whole heat, for real.
And so yeah, I have my legs labeled, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll see you on Kwanzaa Day 1.
So preparation done now. All that's left is for me to do the washing up of the rice pots from the ones you've just packed out, and then tomorrow morning we do breakfast, right?
I can't wait to put up my hair. I'm not up and down for so long.
Ah, gosh, I know what you mean. And now it's the night time of Kwanzaa Eve, and we're going to be cozying up, and somebody has been wanting to build a fort in the house for ages, and I finally give in so she can build a fort. So we're set up. Hey,
this is the second time we've done this on the holiday.
So we've got our little nook set up here, and we're going to be watching our movie. So we're going to be Netflixing and chilling together. Oh, really? Then we'll be also, I'm going to be bookmarking it so we can watch it. Wow, that's nice that it's on Netflix.
The new Madagascar is out too.
Oh, we've had a lot of releases this month, which is good. So we'll have quite a few things that we can watch. So this is going to be where we are going to be reclining and resting and sleeping for the night, because not only are we going to have some time together camping out, but somebody is gift watching. So she's going to be near to it for when you wake up in the morning.
Literally from the moment I get my breakfast, I'm diving to the gift.
Yep.
We're going to continue the tradition of before we make breakfast, we both each get to open one gift. And I think we already chose.
I'm pretty sure you probably already chose which of the package you want to unravel.
The biggest one.
I'm pretty sure that's what you were going to choose, the biggest one. So it's all good. We'll see. So we're going to just have some little enjoyment time now together, and then in the morning when we wake up, we'll sort out and we'll show you what we're having for breakfast, and then we'll also have you see which gift this person is going to choose to open. Oh, look at my nails, guys. I got my nails done today. That was one of my reward after all the food prepping we've done, and I was standing on my feet for so long. I got nails. Of course she was helping. I got nails, toe and finger done. And this is the Mandeville Hospital, the A&E on this side over here, and the entrance is down there. May we see you party next time, sir. May we put your party next time. And it's here. And this was the place now that's turned into a one-way. Gulf View Hotel sign there right over there, so. And over here is the new Progressive that's built there. And then you have the Domino's and the Wendy's. With right here, so next to the Domino's over there is a Wendy's as well. And I'll just show you. So this is Caledonia Road. Hello. And I'll just show you going up the road. So all the way up, Caledonia Mall is up there. There is another shopping center, Midway Mall, all the way down there where the blue sign is, and the Adventist Church is over there. And up here, behind the Rubik's, that grey top building you see is the Caledonia Mall. And again, back over here is Ministry of Education and Mandeville Primary next to it. And the gorgeous voice you just heard is hers. As we go trekking today.
The Jam Fam family. Where I read living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
It can also be a means of aspiration, because we can see that there are better ways to do things, there are better experiences to be had, and we put ourselves in the position to be able to have and enjoy those. However you decide to cope in this holiday season, I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you're enjoying it and you're getting the opportunity to spend time with family and friends and reminisce on times past and looking at how you're going to be forging the future that we have ahead of us. So thank you again for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Bye for now.